Well, I would say at the invitation of Devonshire Coates in particular, Jimmy Tweed had called me and asked if I would get involved with the concept of putting on a benefit match for Stevie Dickinson, as he has represented all three clubs in the past. And of course, we were delighted to come to the aid and to be a part of this triangular tournament.
Now, everyone knows Stevie, who has been playing football for a number of years, sailing for a number of years. Someone such as him in the community that has been around community clubs, what does it do for your club to help show youngsters that doing stuff in the community can actually benefit you in the long run?
Yes, of course, North Village Community Club, which is our name, that aspect of the community is something that we take very serious as well. And Stevie has made a contribution to sport in this country, and he needs to be recognized. And you know, during this time where he's suffering from an ailment, of course, the youngsters that's coming behind can get to know a bit more about Stevie, because as they grow older, I mean, Steve is his old horse, but he's made a valuable contribution both in football, and he still continues to sail. So it's also going to be a little bit of a history lesson for the kids to be able to know who's made a contribution to the sports in this country.
Now, this will take place at obviously North Village, Bernard Park. What's expected of the day?
Well, the day we're hoping to start the day as a family fun day, inclusive of football of the three clubs, as it's billed a triangular charity tournament. It's a friendly triangle charity tournament, and football should start at 2 o'clock with all three of the clubs playing each other for, I believe it's going to be a 40 minute period, where Coates will play North Village and North Village will play St. George's Coates, and St. George's Coates will end up playing Devonshire Coates at the end of it. So it's going to be a fun day of football from a lot of the master players, I would say, of the day.
Masters in age.
Master. And it should be a fun-filled day. We should be taking donations at the gate, as well as what is significant is that for each player to put on a pair of boots to participate, they will have to pay or make a donation of $20, which has been overwhelmingly received. No resistance as far as that goes. As well as I would say that the referees, Stuart Crockle is organizing referees for us for the occasion, and they're willing to make a contribution to this very worthy cause as well. So it should be a fun day.
Yes, as Sheriff said, one of Steve's former teammates, Mr. Jimmy Tweed, had reached out to myself and letting me know that Stevie was ill, and the thought of us putting on a benefit match just evolved. It started with reaching out to the president of St. George's, Neil, and then Jimmy calls me and says he reached out to Sheriff, and it just morphed into the triangular tournament. I have to definitely big up Mr. Deal, because he brought up the word friendship, which I think is very key in this, is that these are three clubs with a long history that combat on the field but still have a love and friendship for each other. So this is how it was easy for us to come together in this aspect for a former player.
Now, who are some of the players that will turn out for Devonshire Coates this coming Saturday?
Well, we have a mixture of masters, and then we have a mixture of recently retired masters. Some of the master list, they'll probably be upset with me that I'm calling them masters, but Lorenzo Simons, Jimmy Tweed, Jeff Richardson, Johnny Robertson. We're twisting Gary Darrell's arm to see if he can put on the boots, even if it's for just 5 minutes. On the younger side, you got people like Allington Weldon, Jay Bean, Germano Patello, and of course, obviously yours truly, Mr. Ray Jens himself, right? In about 2 minutes.
All right, so you're looking forward to Saturday and what it means to, I guess, all three clubs.
Yes, it's going to be a fun-filled day, on and off the field. Actually catching up with people, former players that they played with, but also players they played against. Just nice to just be around them and enjoy it. and hopefully the younger generation can see how we can be combative on the field, but good friends off the field, and hopefully that's something that they pick up from.
Well, Stevie was a wonderful player, a very combative player, I can tell you that. I mean, he really took his game seriously. One thing I can tell you about Steve is that when he comes to play to win, and he is a team player. It was a pleasure playing with him, you know, and against him as well, because we did have some good rivalries when we were against each other. But Stevie was an excellent player for St. George's.
Now, take us back to some of the times that one of the first times you actually went up against Stevie. Because we always remember those days.
Yes, we do. Actually, the first time I went up against Stevie, I was actually playing with Dandy Town. Very interesting game. You know, both of us being from St. George's, and I didn't want him to score and me being a defender. You know, so I did a few things to ensure that didn't happen. You know, and it was a bit combative on the field, but at the end of the day, once the game was over, we still remain friends today. You know, and I can say I consider Stevie a very good friend. You know, he's given me a lot of inspiration, a lot of advice as a senior player, because when I came into the team at 15 years old, obviously he was one of the seasoned players. You know, so I've had a wonderful football career with Stevie.
Now, who are some of the players that will be turning out for St. George?
Oh, for St. George's. We have Cal Rayner, who's going to be playing one of the more senior players. Milton Jones, hoping to get Gregory Smith out as well as a goalkeeper. Guys my age, you know, 35, you know, we'll be like Troy Hall. You'll have also Philip Bailey and a few other players like that.
Okay.
Yes.
So, all in all, on Saturday, you're looking forward to a wonderful afternoon.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it, because in playing against North Village and Devonshire Coastal, we're going to renew some of those rivalries. And like Ray said, not only on the field, but the best part about it is once the game is over and we can talk about the things that happened or the things that should have happened on the field, you know. So I'm looking forward to that type of stuff.
Okay, all right.